Wink Martindale coming back. He coming back to play the Ravens this quick. He coming back to play the Ravens this quick. Is it a revenge game for Wink? Or should Ravens fans be a little bit concerned? Should they be a little bit concerned coming in that Wink knows a little more about Lamar Jackson? But wait, people been talking than Lamar Jackson knows about Lamar Jackson. All right, what is going on, good people? My camera is doing whatever it wants to today, but nonetheless, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? It's a great day. Flock Nation Speaks episode. What is this? 19? It's 19 or 20. I'm have to. I've been keeping track of it, and then now I've lost count. So I'm gonna have to go back and figure it out and do the math and do all that. But nonetheless, Flock Nation Speaks. Let's just say episode 19 for now. And if we skip to 21, I didn't skip one, I just forgot one. And then, you know, it's like when they skip 13 on the elevator because it's unlucky. And then, anyway, Giants, Ravens preview. I'm excited, man. Wink coming back, not in the town because the Ravens are going to New York, but kind of the Wink revenge game almost. It's interesting to see because I feel like I've heard a lot about Wink coming in, and does he know more about Lamar Jackson? And that's why this is an intriguing game. And I don't know. You know, I at first I thought that too. Like that's what makes that intriguing. But at the same time, would Lamar Jackson know Wink's defense just as much as Wink would know Lamar from the defensive end? But anyway, real quick, question of the day. Question of the day. Little Halloween themed for you. And for those of you listening, I ain't gonna spoil it for you. For those of you watching, I already spoiled it for you. So get your thinking caps on. We're gonna go. So for the month of October, and probably for the holidays, I might try to do some holiday themed ones every once in a while. Might make it a little easier for me to come up with them. But a little holiday theme one on this one. It's funny, we do this thing at work called Silly Debates, and ironically enough, I was doing question of the day before that, so they took my idea, but nonetheless, but this question came up. What was it? I can't remember what exactly it was, but I changed the question because I didn't have the answers for that one because you know I don't want to give up my answer yet. So I'm trying to like beat around the bush and not give up the answer. So I had to change the question to more fit what I was thinking. So everybody loves their sweets, you know, especially during the holidays. You know, I think we get an extra 20, 30 during the holidays. Just one day, even though that's impossible. But still, we do it anyway, you know, with all the home cooking and desserts and that mac and cheese they come up in there. I'm sure a question that they're going to involve some mac and cheese coming up. I'm sure. But we're going to go with pie on this one. We're going to go with pie on this one. Not even just overall desserts, but feel free to leave your favorite dessert for the holidays coming up, especially, you know, October coming up and all that. You know, feel free to leave your favorite desserts and stuff. But real quick, sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie, right? That's the question of the day. Sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie. Now, for me, be honest with y'all, them pumpkins, don't want the big old round things with the wild filling up in them. Y'all can keep that. Y'all can keep that. Now, I've had some good pumpkin pie, right? But every time, see, that's the thing. Every time, and maybe it's because I tried sweet potato pie before I tried pumpkin pie, but every time I have pumpkin flavored something, I'm reminded of sweet potato something, and then I'm like, you know what? Sweet potato would have been just better than this right now. Now, albeit, I don't know if I would necessarily want like sweet potato coffee creamer and sweet potato pie coffee creamer, maybe, but just like regular sweet potato, nah. Sweet potato, like, you know, like coffee at Starbucks or something like that. And like, I don't know. Like I don't think I can see myself being like, oh yeah, that's what I want. But obviously, let's be real. Sweet potato pie is the elite of pies in general. It is the elite of pies in general. But when you get to the holidays, that sweet potato pie, it just be hitting different, right? You want to take a whole one home with you, even though you don't need that because you're trying to get back on track, right? Like the sweet potato pie be like that. I love sweet potato pie. One of my favorite desserts. And I kind of like that it's kind of a holiday staple because I think it allows you to enjoy it a little more, right? Like those things that you only get. I feel like I'm clicking something. Those things that you only get during the holidays is the stuff that you I think enjoy a little bit more because you only get it during the holidays. Grandma's mac and cheese. When the holidays come around, that's when you usually get it. So that's when it becomes some of the best, right? So that's just how it is. That's how it is. But nonetheless, what y'all think? Sweet potato pie, bring it back up for y'all. Sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie? I'm gonna try to bring it back up for y'all. What's your favorite pie? And if it's not even like a choice on this, you might like the little the little coconut cream joint. You might like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Or the what's that little coconut? I don't know. It's like coconut and it's got that little. It ain't gelatin. It's like it's mushy, but it's a good mush though. Anyway, whatever. Pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie, any other pie for the seasons? You got that little pecan. I know y'all like that. The little pecan. It's got that same stuff in it. The pecan. Anyway, y'all know what I'm saying. But let's jump into this Ravens Giants matchup coming up this week. And it's funny because a lot of people, typically I think the Giants are a team that Ravens fans overlook. They're like, they're the Giants. Are they really going to win? The games are going to really be competitive, whatever. I try my best as a fan to never overlook anybody because you really never know what any team is going to bring at you. I think last year proved that the NFL is truly any given Sunday. You never know what you're going to get. And this season is continuing to be that. The Titans look good, considering I felt like they was going through a whole darn rebuild. The Browns are finding ways to win games or at least stay in games. The Jaguars look up and down, right? That whole division looks kind of up and down at times. Like there's the Cardinals look like they're trying to bounce back or something like that. Like you never know what you're gonna get in this league. That's why I love football so much because they only play once a week, and week to week, you just never know what you're going to get. You hope your team show up consistently, but, you never know what you're going to get from everybody else. Like the Eagles are on the highest of highs right now, but you never know. There could be a midseason collapse, and sometimes you don't even know where it comes from, right? Sometimes it's injuries, which is the most unfortunate way, but sometimes, coaching rears its ugly head or, players stop playing up to their potential or something like that. So you just never know. And I think this is a perfect example of one of those games where in previous years, people will be like, I don't know, I feel like the Ravens could definitely take this, but it's one of those years where it's like, you never know. And the crazy part is, as crazy as this season has been so far, the Giants come in with a better record than the Ravens for this game. And the Giants are vying for an NFC East, the Giants are vying for the NFC East, right? Like they want to win the NFC East, of course, right? Because it's been a while since they won the NFC East, and I felt like a couple years ago they could have won it. It felt like they was kind of getting back into their groove, but they didn't. They didn't because the NFC East is always very competitive. You never know who's going to really win that division. I think Washington looks kind of rough right now, but I mean, with the Giants, Eagles, and Cowboys, you just don't know if the Giants can put all the talent they got together. I mean, I think they'll be fine. Play clean football. I think the Giants will be good too. So leading into this game, I think the big story is like Wink coming back to play against Baltimore after being let go, mutually parting ways, whatever we want to say. Wink coming back to play against Baltimore. What does that mean, right? Does that mean that he is knows a little bit more about this offense than anybody else does? Probably, right? Is that a cause for concern? And the thing is, and it's funny because I keep thinking of things as they come up. A lot of people were feeling like Wink knows Lamar Jackson better than anybody, and I was thinking, but then again, Lamar Jackson probably knows Wink's defense more than anybody because he has to practice against it, and how he schemes and stuff like that. But then too, like I think the biggest issue that a lot of Ravens fans are having right now, and I feel like it could be a concern considering Greg Roman has been pretty good play calling this year, but I think one of the bigger concerns coming in could be his ability to adjust. If Wink, we know Wink's gonna blitz. Like it ain't even no if about it. We ain't gotta even be like, well, if Wink blitzes, then we can do this and do that. No. We ain't even gotta we don't even have to worry about the if Wink's gonna blitz. Wink is going to blitz. Wink will blitz with everybody that he has on the team and a couple of fans from the stands. Like Wink is going to blitz everybody. So what does that mean for the Ravens? Can Greg Roman scheme up some things to get these guys open early? I want to see, especially against the blitz, because I think the Ravens have responded relatively well to the blitz this year, but I want to see what Greg Roman is going to do against the blitz. Is he going to get Devin Duvernay involved a little bit more? Somebody who can hit on a quick strike and just let him go make a move and do what he got to do. You're going to get Bateman and use his speed. What are you going to do? This might be introduce Andy Isabella into the offense a little bit more, right? Are you going to run right into it, kind of like you did last week when the Bengals showed cover zero? When they showed cover zero and they started the blitz, you just ran right into it. You did not care. Like there was no shame at all from Greg Roman and putting the ball in Lamar's hands, especially on that last game-winning drive. Is that what the plan is? Right? Is that what the plan is? Is that how we gonna do it? Or are we gonna go that route? Let's see. So I think that's the big thing, man. I want to see how Greg Roman adjusts in this game because I'm not worried about the defense this week. And the reason, and I guess the only there's one concern defensively, run defense, because that's been an issue for this year, has been run defense. I feel like Joe Mixon gashed us last week, and the Bengals just didn't decide to capitalize on that. But we know the Giants gonna run the ball. Saquon is out there doing his thing right now. We know the Giants gonna run the football. I think he got like 644 yards or something already, something like that. I might be tripping and thinking. I think he has 644 yards or something crazy like that through like a quarter of the season, which is crazy. But he looks to be back in prime form right now. So I want to see what the defense does to adjust, especially because run defense has been an issue. But at the same time, I kind of want to see let's see what they try. Like I would love to see them try to make Daniel Jones pass the ball, not because I don't think Daniel Jones can, but I just think the talent on the outside is not equivalent to what the Ravens got on the outside. It's not nearly as much talent as we saw last week, even with kind of a little bit of a hobbled Bengals team. So without T. Higgins, of course, but it'll be interesting to see how they get after Daniel Jones. It'll be interesting to see too if they call for a fumble from Daniel, because it's been his biggest issue. I think more than just interceptions has been fumbles. And Daniel, we talk about prove it years, prove it seasons. Daniel is in a prove it season right now. You either ball out or you in trouble. Like that's the thing. You either ball out or you in trouble. You losing your job this season, I think, unfortunately for Daniel. And I like Daniel. I really hope he balls out, not this game, but I hope he balls out the rest of the season and showcases why he deserves to have a job in the NFL. Because I like Daniel Jones, and I think he's got a lot of potential. I think he needs the right coaching staff around him. I think he needs the right weapons around him. But also, you have to with quarterbacks, you got to work with them on their weaknesses too. Like, yes, they can put in all the work in the world, but I can't practice not fumbling on my own. So that's another thing too. Like just to see what Daniel Jones, his progression, what it could be. I'd love to see him develop a little bit more. But I think the biggest thing coming in, on both sides, I think offensively it's going to be how do you respond to the blitz and Wink kind of knowing, hey, this might be a tendency here, like tendency breakers. What do you got going on that could be a tendency breaker? And then on the other hand, I want to see defensively, let's make Daniel Jones pass the ball just because Saquon is such a weapon, right? Because Saquon is such a weapon, first things first, wrap him up, quit the arm tackling. You ain't arm tackling that man, he too big. And secondly, let's make Daniel Jones pass the football. But I think it should be a good game. I want to see, because they're playing such a good defense, I want to see the Ravens kind of get back to what they need to get back to. and get back to the solid offensive play that they've had. And it sounds weird to say because it's a good defense. I want to see them, but I want to see Lamar not throw a pick this week because he had that weird habit of throwing a pick in every game. But at the same time, I want to see Lamar kind of get back on track. I want to see a 5-touchdown game again from Lamar against the Giants, against a good defense. And that's the thing, they've had the talent. Now with Wink, they can put it together because Wink put together a bunch of top 5 offenses when he came to Baltimore. So it's not that Wink isn't a good coordinator. He's shown that he can be really good. So let's see if we can kind of capitalize on some of his weaknesses too, instead of feeling like Wink is going to always capitalize on ours. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what they got planned. Like I said, I want to see Lamar get back to playing Lamar football. Playing being the Lamar that we know, like getting these guys open. I know it's hard when you ain't got Bateman, and I don't know if Bateman is playing. I kind of want to look that up real quick, like kind of what his status is as of right at this moment. But I think too, like I want to see, I want to continue to see some of these other guys get involved. He's already ruled out, so that's another game that could be kind of tough sledding. But I think we'll see a heavy usage of Duvernay. JK as he continues to get into the fold and get and find his way. But I think at the same time, another thing that we'll see from this offense, or at least I would love to see, is let's get everybody involved. Like Mark Andrews, because I was even talking to a friend of mine who's a Giants fan. He was like, we're gonna take out Mark Andrews, and then what y'all gonna do? And that's always that's a big question. I think that's why a lot of rumors around DJ Moore and stuff like that is surrounding, because Duvernay is good, right? Duvernay is good, but he's only one guy. He's only one guy. Let's see what else everybody else has. And this is the perfect opportunity to get them involved. See truly the potential that you got on your roster. If you're not going to sign anybody right now, if you're not going to trade for anybody right at this moment, and even if you did right now, they wouldn't play Sunday anyway. So let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. I'm excited to see it. I want to see what the Ravens are going to do this week in terms of offensively. I think they get back on track. I think this is going to be one of those games where they actually do win by 2 scores. They don't let up. They finish the game as strong as they start the game. I think they're going to start early, and I think they're going to finish late too. So I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a good game, but I think the Ravens will eventually run away with it. And it should be good. I think the Ravens got to continue to stack from what they've seen in the past couple of weeks. I mean, you've seen some tough teams to start. A well-coached team in the Patriots. You've seen the Bills, who are a top contender in the AFC, the Dolphins, who could potentially be a top contender in the AFC, and then the Bengals, who are the defending AFC champs. So, based off of what you've already seen, continue to build and stack from that. And I think we in for some good things. I want to see this defense continue to be sure of themselves too, because they played well last week. They played well last week against a lot of talent. So to continue to stack that up as well, I think it'll be good. I'm really excited. I'm really excited because the Giants are a good team trying to find their way, but at the same time, I think the Ravens can continue to allow their stock to rise with win after win, and statement after statement, whether that's offensive statements or defensive statements or both, because it would be nice to have some turnovers in this game to showcase that your defense isn't as bad as people think it is, but also at the same time, because that was the first thing he brought up to me too, is like that. He's like, y'all's defense ain't even that good. Y'all's defense is trash. So, like, for the defense to be sure of themselves and get some turnovers and once again, limit the big play. That's the biggest thing. Limit the big play. And then on the other hand, offensively, go off. Like for lack of a better term, offensively, go off. You got all the potential in the world, right? All the potential in the world. You just got to connect A with B. That's it. You connect those two, you good, right? it didn't matter in the long run, but you hit Tylen Wallace on that play, it's huge. You hit Devin Duvernay on that play, it's huge. Right? So, finish. Finish your drives, finish the game. I would love to see the Ravens come in and not have to really put Jordan Stout out there like that. That's what I would love to see. I would love to see the Ravens come out there and not have to put Jordan Stout out there like that. I would love to see the Ravens come in and really showcase the offensive potential that they got without Bateman. Because if you can show without Bateman, if you can show without Bateman, then imagine what it's going to look like with Bateman in the fold. Because Bateman is your guy. So if you can show it with just the other guys that you really need to come into the fold too, the others that Shaq would call them, then that's when like, okay, this offense got great potential. They could be really good. But appreciate you guys for coming by as always. What you think? How you think this game is going to go? Whether you're a Giants fan, no fan, you don't even know about football, leave a comment anyway. Be sure, to let me know what you think. Also, Flock Nation Speaks, YouTube, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, all of those things. You can listen, you can watch to Flock Nation Speaks every single week. Definitely hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to see you guys on the next one. I think the Ravens get a big win against the Giants.